Hello YouTube, Jonas Weefield here once again with another game review, and I thought since the new Godzilla is coming out here Friday, that I would do a game review based on that. And I already have, the Super Godzilla review. This time I'm going to be doing one on games that more people will know. These are the Godzilla Atari games. And by Atari games, I mean Atari fighting games. Games published by Atari. Games made by Atari, but not for Atari. They were for the PS2, Xbox, GameCube, Wii. Yes, I'm talking about Destroy All Monsters Melee, Save the Earth, and Godzilla Unleashed. These were all fighting games, based on, Godzilla, obviously. But there were also other monsters involved. Well, it's a fighting game, I guess you'd expect that too. Like Orga, Space Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla 2, those were the main bosses. Mecha King Ghidorah, Destroya, Godzilla 2000, as well as Godzilla 90s, and in the Wii version for Unleashed, Godzilla 1954, there was Titanosaurus, Batra, Megaguirus, Anguirus, Megalon, all those classic monsters, as well as two new monsters in the Wii version of Godzilla Unleashed, named Obsidius and Crystalac. Yes, new monsters. Obsidius was formed from lava, which was created by giant crystals created by Space Godzilla, so that's what Obsidius was created by, and Crystalac was created by the crystals themselves. So, those are those two monsters. Now, in the first game, the story's basic. You just have to fight 7 monsters, because the Vortok have controlled all your monsters, except for the one you play as, obviously. And you destroy 7 monsters, and another cutscene pops up where you see the Vortok again, and this time he says, we'll see who is the king of the monsters, because we're going to unveil our ultimate weapon now. Which happens to be Mecha Godzilla 2. Fight him, you beat him. He comes up one final time, just say, we've lost. That's it. I mean, there's nothing much to it besides you just fight through a bunch of monsters. Although it is pretty fun. Save the Earth was a bit different. Like, it had different monsters, and this time it had more of a plot. You had to get the G cells, Godzilla cells, so they couldn't create their own ultimate weapon, which they do anyway, so there's no point in that. This time the Queen of the Vortex sends you messages saying, like, we're gonna destroy your planet. Just the same stuff as the first one. And this time there's, like, mini games, like fight the Clone Jet Jaguar. There's Monster Basketball, Monster Bowling. It's funny. Well, the first one's kind of serious, like, you must destroy this many cities, or you must imprison this many monsters. But then the second one's always like that bowling or basketball, yeah, funny stuff. And those games include Gigan and Megalon all the time, I don't know why. Bowling also includes Anguirus. So, there's that. Trying to think. Yeah, it's the same thing, and then this time, the final boss is Orga. Yeah, Orga. So you face him, and after you beat him, it's the same thing, it's just the ending of where the Queen's going, you have defeated us, whatever. Fades away into the black, and you win. You get points. You can buy cities, monsters, all that. Art, which I like to buy the art for some reason. I don't know. Or whatever. It's just enjoyable to see. Yeah, there's that, and then finally the last one in the series, or the trilogy, whatever you want to call it, is Godzilla Unleashed. This one's really fun, actually. It's a lot different than the other two, but you can tell it's the same just because it's Atari, and it's a fighting game, and it also includes the same monsters. plus some. This one, it's the Vortok once again. That's another reason. Plus, the Queen's back, and yeah. The Queen's back, and you gotta destroy him. You gotta destroy the Vortok this time. This time they named factions instead of, just your monster versus the rest. It's the Earth Defenders, which is the Godzillas, Anguirus, Rodan, all the good monsters. There's the Global Defense Force, which is Mechagodzilla 2 and 3, as well as Jet Jaguar, Mogira, Mecha Monsters. Oh yeah, Mecha King Ghidorah. There's the Aliens, which Mechagodzilla 1's finally in it. I like him. Yeah, there's him, Gigan, Orga, King Ghidorah. You know. And then there's the Mutants, which is, wow, definitely the main enemy for this game. Destroya, Space Godzilla, Megaguirus, Titanosaurus. Yeah, the most evil monsters are the Mutants, because when you play the story and there's two aliens, the aliens always team up. The Mutants, they hate each other. They hate everything. They just like to destroy. So they're evil. And in this one, the Vortok comes as well as having to fight off the Earth monsters. It also has to fight off the mutant monsters. So you have all four factions battling at one time. You can actually be any faction. You can be the Vortok and help them win. You can be the mutants and destroy the Earth. You can be the Earth Defenders and bring down the Vortok. Or you can be the Global Defense Force and destroy the mutants. So it's really fun. If you play as the Global Defense Force or the Earth Defenders or the aliens, the ending is the same. It comes down to you fighting a bunch of other monsters from other factions and then ultimately fighting Space Godzilla, beating him, and then the Vortok takes over the Earth if you play as the aliens. If you play as the Global Defense Force, that and the Earth Defender is pretty much the same, except for the Earth Defender, they thank the monster. But when it's the Global Defense Force, they don't really do that. They just go on with our daily lives, that kind of stuff. Let's see, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the mutants is different. If you win, all that is the mutants, you become a tyrant in the end. After beating Space Godzilla, you become a tyrant, and then you get to fight all kinds of factions. Oh yeah, there's also crystal power-ups, and no matter what faction you are, if you get all these crystal power-ups, you get the tyrant ending, which is where all the monsters come after you, and if you defeat all of them, the Earth is destroyed. It's over. So, yeah, that's really fun. I love playing that. I also love 1954 Godzilla, Titanosaurus, Mechagodzilla 1, all those classic monsters, and I like that. So, those are the Godzilla Atari games. Before the end of the week, hopefully, I hope, I'll be able to review King Kong, the game, the one made in 2005, just because, I don't know, it's Monster Week for me. I'm very excited about this new Godzilla movie coming out, so, yeah, that's really all I have to say about the Godzilla Atari games. I hope you get around to playing them. They're very fun. Highly recommend them. And for now, goodbye, YouTube.